Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Let me show you what showed up today. You guys know that the off-road go-kart here, right, came through and the engine basically did not have enough compression to start. So what I did is I pulled the engine off and messed with it and buried it. And basically the problem is all the top two rings were stuck. I managed to get one of them freed. The top one is still stuck, so I got to get that loose. So I started doing some searches on eBay for a 110cc motor, and next thing I know, it shows me a motor that somebody had purchased but never used. I'm going to go with supposedly never used. I'm thinking it was never used, but I can't be positive. So this was a eBay deal out of Fayetteville there, North Carolina. He boxed it up pretty well. And here's the engine. If you look like down the intake, I don't think it was used. If you look at the exhaust, I don't think it was used. This is a little strange here. Looks like it threw a chain or something. You know, but these Chinese castings, the bolt holes don't look like it was used. Anyway, I don't recognize this particular engine, but they all look like exactly the same. It was like you know, they copied the top starter China or the top starter engine and then used it like everywhere. So what this one is, it's a 3-speed plus reverse. See the reverse, right? Neutral, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't look like it's got a lockout for the reverse, which makes life a little easier. It was kind of tumbled about a little bit in transport. It looks like he had oil in it. They included, and I could just flash that, he included a wiring diagram. What's interesting about the wiring diagram is he has a 4-wire CDI that it talks about in the wiring diagram. And basically they're using the yellow and white to go into a voltage rectifier, and then it comes out of the voltage rectifier, and that's how you feed the CDI. And also the output from the voltage rectifier regulator, they're calling it a rectifier, is also how you would charge your battery. Obviously the blue and white is to the pulsar, and green is ground. But they also have a black-red here, and I normally use the AC CDI units, and I just would use the AC from the black-red and power my CDI that way. This is just a loose wire hanging there. I guess the purpose of this video is just to tell you guys, if you're flexible, instead of getting the jug and the piston and all that for like $60, or the entire top for about $140, I got the entire engine for $140. It was $100. I won it for $100 on eBay. Then it cost $40 to get it shipped to me. Yeah, from the markings and the paperwork, and so forth. I don't know, could you see the engine markings there? I have absolutely no idea of the year or the manufacturer or any of that kind of stuff on this engine. I don't know. I don't live in China, so I don't know the answer to this. But I don't know if there's like a company in China that makes the jugs, and they make the jug for everybody. And then there's another company that makes the piston, and they make that for everybody. And then one more for the valves, who makes them for everybody. Another one who makes these valve caps, and they make them for everybody. So, and then, you know, and then gradually there's one company at the end that slams them all together. Or if there's a company that, you know, perhaps makes the cases but not the cast iron. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how they're doing it. This, the appearance of this looks pretty typical for the China quads. The interesting thing is, on a lot of them, the flywheel is kind of immersed. That doesn't appear to be the case on this one, or if it is the case on this one, it's going to leak oil like a sieve. Let me show you the other side of the case. So anyway, that's about it. I just wanted to show you the engine. Now this requires me to come up with a plan, which always makes life a little bit more interesting. I should probably just slam that engine right on this thing as quickly as I can. That way, if the engine is not what the guy says it is, I can slam them on eBay, you know, and get my money back. That's probably what I should do. What am I gonna do? I don't know yet. It always takes me a little while to figure these things out. I'm also a little distracted today. I think I mentioned on the last video that I had a friend pass on. So I've been thinking about John, and that has been a little bit of a distraction. So, yeah, I don't know when the wake is yet, or the, that's what the side of the other one looks like. I don't know when the wake is, or the funeral, or any of that other stuff is yet, so kind of been thinking about that. Also going to see a bunch of folks from work that I haven't seen in the last 6 months or so. So that's always going to be a little bit interesting. I left work on good terms, so it's not like I'm concerned about running across people from work again. I mean, there'll be plenty of them saying, "Oh, you're so lucky you retired," perhaps. But you know, there are no bad feelings from work, either from the bosses of work or the company I worked for, or any of my cohorts from work. Anyway, folks, I really want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. And before you spend big bucks on anything, if you sniff around a little bit sometimes you can save some money on eBay. All right, folks, take care now.